Hello YouTube, this is the Florida Rider, coming to you from Condoland, it appears. Some of you may have noticed that I started the new series in January called The Best Moto Vloggers You're Not Watching. And it turned out to be quite successful. Thank you to everybody who commented. I really appreciate it. I will be keeping it up on a monthly basis. Another series I've decided to start is one about travel, because travel is my biggest passion on this earth. Other than motorcycles, of course. I visited many US states and I've been to 38 countries. But it's not meant to be me telling you about all the places I've been and why you should go there, even though you should. It's meant to be more of a let's get to know each other better series. My subs know me, but I don't know a lot about you. And so I thought that we go ahead and share ideas and share information, and thought that this might be a good way to do it. So here's the first part of the series. Roll it! Hello YouTube, this is the Florida Rider. Just taking a quick scoot around town between jobs again because the weather's nice. We'll just leave it at that. What on earth is that? A simple question for you today. Excuse me. A simple question for you today. Do you like traveling? And if so, how do you travel? Do you stay in 5-star hotels, or do you camp? Do you stay in 1-star hotels? And if you don't like traveling, why not? It's no secret that I love traveling. I've been all around the world, with a few other places to go, but that's a different vlog. And I usually stay in like 1-star hotels. If I'm going someplace for the first night that's not within the US, I usually book a 2 or 3-star hotel to see what the quality will be like, or the stars are anything like our stars. And what are you doing, you moron? Oh, that's what you're doing, you moron. Anyway, yeah, so if I'm going to a third world country or someplace like that, I usually book a class or two higher than normal, because, in the USA 5-star is one thing, and in, let's say, Vietnam 5-star is something completely different. And usually, after I get there, I find a place that's more budget friendly, shall we say, to me. I don't enjoy traveling by car. Not sure why, I just don't. I get bored after a couple hours and I just want to finish the journey and get to where I'm going. I like traveling by motorcycle. I've done a bit of it since I've had my Honda, and will be doing more in the future. And I did some years ago too. Never too far, but far enough that I could be in a completely different part of the state or a completely different atmosphere and have something to get me around on. Now, having said that, I also want to make it clear that I'm a big fan of public transportation, preferably trains. I have to admit that I'm not too fond of traveling long distances by bus, but get me on a train, let me go, and I'm fine. Take my sandwich and my book or something and just go for it. Just sit on the train for 4 to 6 hours and listen to music, read, snooze a bit. But unfortunately, that lifestyle doesn't work well in the USA. Now, granted, in the 13 years I lived in Europe, that lifestyle worked very, very well, and I saw a lot of Europe. I also enjoy flying. Like I said, I've flown all over the world, and flying is awesome. I mean, it gets you so far so quickly. Unfortunately, it's quite expensive, but still, if you can afford it, and you're traveling to a country that's not very expensive, it makes up for it in the end. The longest flight I've been on has been a 16-hour flight, I believe it was, from Singapore to Frankfurt. And luckily, it was on Singapore Airlines, which is by far one of the best in the world, hands down. And the plane was almost empty. Perhaps because it was a Tuesday, I'm not really sure why, but the plane was almost empty, and everyone was just sprawled out all over the seats, and it was a lap of luxury. This airplane had everything. It even had USB ports to charge whatever you want to charge. And they had probably about 1 million movies to choose from, and I mean, Singapore Airlines is by far the best in the world. And what makes it even better was that I didn't pay for it. I was on frequent flyer miles. That was the only way I could have afforded to fly on that airline. I've noticed that a lot of motorcyclists strap, their tent and other gear to the back of their bike and like to go camping. Well, you can have it. Not for me. Yes, I have been camping in the past, but at this stage of my life, it's not something that I enjoy or want to do again. So that's it, I guess. Do you enjoy traveling? Why or why not? How do you like to travel? By air, by motorcycle, by car? And what kind of accommodations do you prefer? Anyway, this is the Florida Rider signing off. Goodbye.